Hello friends, welcome to the video number 6 for Visual Basic for applications in Excel. And in this video we are going to see how to add comments to our code. And what are these comments? It might seem pretty obvious, but let's open the Visual Basic editor, press Alt F11, and just click here on the icon. Again, we're gonna insert a module, and let's make our now old subroutine. We said it was a range A1 dot value equals then my name. Okay, so now what are comments? Comments are basically kind of like documentation inside of the code. So it could be documentation for ourselves or for somebody else. Let's say that you finish writing your code, you make your workbook, and it's working fine. So you start using that workbook, or your friends or your co-workers start using that workbook, but it turns out that after a year or something like that, there needs to be modified for some reason. And then when we reopen the code, we have no idea how that thing is working. We have to start again following the code line by line to see what it does. And well, it's just gonna take us some time or a long time to figure it out again. Especially if we didn't write that code, it's gonna be a real pain. So how do we add a comment? Yeah, well, it's basically very, very simple. You just need to put a single quote or apostrophe, I don't know how you want to call it. And well, this is a comment. Now, as you can see, it's turned green. So this is telling us, and well, also the VBA compiler, that this is actually a line of code, so it's not going to be processed as part of a code by itself. So if we run this subroutine, we get the exact same effect. Let's do a step by step. So it's going to start the subroutine, and as you can see, just skip this line. It goes straight to the very first line of actual code. So comments are not interpreted or executed by the program, so it's not gonna increment any execution time or anything like that. So use them as often as you need, again, to try to document your program. What is it doing? A subroutine, what it's gonna do, a line of code. If it's not very obvious, well, put it there what that line of code is gonna do. For example, for what I have seen, is considered to be a bad practice. Now here I want to show you two things. You can also add the comment at the end of a line of code. You can put it whatever you like. I mean, before, after. Usually it's before or in the same line of code. But now a bad practice would be like this line will write like that. Why is this considered, or could be considered, to be a bad practice? Because, well, I mean, if anybody can read this line of code, it's gonna be pretty obvious that what it does is to write this string of text on A1. So if that is our comment, this line is gonna write this string on this cell. Well, it's pretty obvious, so that's why it is considered to be a bad practice. Now, something that you can actually do again is just to write the comment right before the line of code, or at the end of the line of code in the same line actually. You can do that. That's pretty fine. What else? Well, I guess the other thing I wanted to show you. Whoops. Let's say you have a block of code like this. Let's make a little bit of space, and let's just add the other toolbars just to have everything. The debug toolbar and the edit toolbar. This is actually the one we're going to use. Well, I don't have enough space, so I'm going to put it in here. So what you can do, and this is going to be very useful, especially when you are debugging. If you don't want to run all of your code, you can comment the parts of the code that you don't want to run. But for example, here, well, it's just 4 lines, but it could, let's make this represent a huge block of code. So you can just select everything, come to the edit toolbar, and here we have comment block. So you can just click in here. So now everything is comment, and well, obviously it's not going to be executed as we already saw. And well, finally, when we wanted to have it active back, we can use this other one, uncomment the block. So now everything, it's active and it's going to be executed again. So it's very, very useful. And something that I recommend to you also is that you comment your code in a way that, for example, you can do something nice like this. Whoop. And in here put created by, and we'll put your name right there so that everybody knows that you made that block of code. And it's not just to say, oh, I made it. It's because if somebody else needs to give maintenance to your code later on, or if you need to give maintenance to that block of code, you can also know who wrote that block of code or that bunch of code. And well, hopefully that person is going to be within your reach. So it's going to make any maintenance process or debugging process much easier to go to the source and to the person that actually made the subroutine or the code that you are going to be working on. You can add here, for example, when you created, who was the last person that modified it, when was the last date that it was modified, things like that, just here at the beginning of the subroutine. Again, this is not going to add actually any executing time. As you can see from here, as we already saw, it's going to jump right straight up to here. So anything that is commented is going to be executed or taken in time. All right. So well, again, comment your code. This is very good practice and can save you a lot of time. Well, I hope that you find this video useful. Please subscribe to the channel so that you stay tuned. Don't forget to like and share. And well, as always, thanks all of you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.